week with another epic show. And as you know, or I hope you know by now, each week we visit with women in business and female entrepreneurs as they share their journey to success. And the bossing continues today. So first, happy Saturday to my business besties, Ali Nanny, Lasha Raditz, and Michaela Club. What's up, ladies?
Hello.
Super excited for today, so let's dive into it.
So we're kicking off this morning's combo with spring fashion trends because the snow is going to melt. And so that's being brought to you today by Vogue. So this is what's trending for 2021, ladies. Give me some help. Are we going to rush it or flush it today with these fashions?
I
got a few things for you. Maybe we can speak up the spring. Okay, maybe we can speak it over our lives because it is snowing. Okay, they want us to get rid of our sweatpants, y'all. I don't know if I subscribe to this, but they're talking about ditching the sweatpants for trousers, kind of wide leg trousers.
I like these ones. These are good. I mean, if I have to do the trouser things, I do like those.
Yeah, I love those. Can we do both? Why do we have to, we don't have to get rid of anything. We can, in addition to.
Right. I think you have to have the right body for pants like those. And I don't think mine is that body.
I agree. I think the trousers are cute. I guess. But I still like my sweatpants. So
I'm not getting rid of them. So sorry.
So it's past time to break the cycle of dependence on sweatpants and leggings. So spring 2021 collections are offering plenty of alternatives. One of them is wide leg trousers. What do y'all think?
So those ones I liked. I like the wide leg trousers. I have a super short torso, so I like to go with a more fitted pant. What about you, Ali?
That's the same for me. I have a short torso and long legs, so I'm all about the fitted pant with I want it up to my boobs. I want it all the way up.
I'm all the way up. Better, lady. The higher, the better. I'm with you. But I can't wear heels anymore after my back surgery, so I can't really rock the trousers if you can't really rock a nice heel, in my opinion. So that's my thing. But I do love them, though.
I agree. I think the trousers are great. They look chic.
Yeah. But what about these psychedelic prints? These textural stripes, vintage-inspired graphics are expected to be all the rage. What are you guys thinking about these prints?
Ooh, I am not ready to get rid of my nudes and my neutrals, but
you really are nudie and neutral, Ali.
I am.
Yeah, I can see it. Nice and clean.
Open to it.
I like the mix match prints. I like mismatch and cute. It's so cute. Especially orange and white top, different pattern bottom. I can totally see why that's trending for spring. All right. So what about this? The cling appeal, right? So sensual body revealing clothing is apparently going to be the story for brands like Givenchy or Versace this spring. And apparently after a year of the slouchy, cozy type clothing, people are really excited to go back to more of curve hugging, slinky tops. What Kendall Jenner's wearing here, that's super, I've had 20 kids, so I like form fitting, but I don't want you to see everything because I might have some things going on, but I definitely love that blue clingy dress too. So I do like it, but just not too tight.
Right.
If it's comfortable, I'm here for it. I feel like I'm kind of ready to show it off a little bit. I've been so
tight.
Well, I agree. And speaking of spring and life getting back to semi-normal, right? Fingers crossed. My goodness. Let's talk vaccines, ladies. The COVID vaccine. Will you get it? You have the option. Are you going to step into that, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think if it makes people around me feel safer and, for my clients as well, I think, I already did, if I'm being honest. So
me too. I can't, there's no turning back now. It's
you're not, barking and turning into anything. You're feeling good.
So far, barking.
That's so funny.
I haven't gotten mine yet.
So crazy, but I've had both now, and my one of my friends, so silly, he's like, you're gonna be sitting at home talking about what's this and what's that and where did this come from behind the vaccine. But there are, I guess, a lot of people willing to have fear around it. I can see why, historically, especially a lot of Black people don't know if they want to get this shot. You guys go get your vaccine. Please go get it. They're not going to kill the whole world. You know, and in Minnesota, I hear that the occupancy levels are now at full capacity. You know, Texas, the state, you know, the governor issued he dropped the mask mandate. The restaurants are open. You can go everywhere. And if you want to wear a mask, you can. If the store wants to demand their clients and customers wear masks, they will. But, you know, that's great for business. What are your thoughts on this full capacity opportunity now?
I think it's great for business owners. We're still keeping our client safety our number one priority while still being able to have everyone here at full capacity. So it's kind of a win-win as long as you're being safe.
All right. Well, coming up next, as a business owner, right, we all know that the reviews online are everything. Have you guys left a bad review for a company before? We're going to get into that and much more coming up next after the break.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Carol Burton, the founder of Radiance Resources, your guide to professional development to help leaders be their best and retain the best. You also can find me on my fabulous podcast I'm so excited to share the world with called Radiance Real Talk, and you are watching the Connect Show Twin Cities.
Welcome back to the Connect Show Twin Cities on the CW. All right, ladies. So let's talk about these reviews, right? Have you or your company ever received a bad review or given one?
Now, I have not received one, but I have given plenty. I have given plenty because there's nothing more frustrating than, you know, you're going to, you know, have a wonderful experience and then something happens. And as a business owner, I want to know where we dropped the ball, because if I don't know what's happened, I can't make it better for that next customer. It could be something that's continuous. I mean, there's lots of different opportunities, but I do think it's great if you are looking to grow as a leader.
Yeah, I also ask every client that I do a deal with, I do give them my Zillow link to leave a review for me. It's very important. I have not received a bad review, but my goal is that during that transaction, if we had some hiccups, because I'm not perfect, I ask for that in the midst of it, so I can fix that, right? I can fix whatever it is, whether it's communication or whatever the case may be, so that I can get a review at the end. I think it's important too that not only leaving bad reviews, but also to do your part in leaving good reviews. People typically when the service is bad, but they don't necessarily shout from the rooftops when they get good service. So I try to be mindful of that too.
That's good, Lasha.
Let's talk a little bit about marketing as business owners. How do you, when you're putting so much money into marketing, how do you as a new business take care of all the people that come in from that marketing, and how do you deal with the capacity and support that, especially if you're a team of just one?
Yeah, I can take this one. I'm speaking from a perspective of being new in business, and so there's not a lot of money going towards marketing, right? And so I think I'm looking at my day and how I spend my week and trying to figure out what things can be kind of rolled into systems or put into batches so that you know, as things pick up, and hopefully as things pick up, I have that space within it to handle that, instead of, you know, doing a bunch of marketing and then you get all these people in and then they don't have a good experience. And then you might get that bad review that we talked about, trying to kind of do an audit on the front end to say, how realistic is this? And what would that look like for me?
Yeah, and this is why our team is only hiring a director of operations right now. We did a huge Facebook blast about a program that we were launching, or not us personally, but was out there for buyers to get down payment assistance. And I tell you, we broke the internet. And then we were like, well, what do we do with all this activity? We didn't have the systems in place to accommodate the response. And so from that, we decided we needed to grow. We needed to invest in our business and actually grow. And that's why we are currently hiring a director of operations for our team. So good things can come from having something do well and not realizing that you have the capacity to handle it.
So do you guys hire for culture fit, right? Or do you hire more for skill set when you're looking at getting assistance and building your team?
Well, I haven't hired anybody yet. Okay. So, but what I can say is everybody should have the mindset of wherever they're going in or whatever team they're joining, that you're hiring them as well, right? So you should always be interviewing whatever, space that you enter. And so for me, it wasn't so much a skill set, but like what support would I receive and what the culture is like there. I think it's a balance, but I think culture outweighs some of that, because I've been in workplaces that have had a bad work culture, no matter how much resources that they have, and that can really weigh on you. So for me, I lean towards the culture fit.
Coming up next, making up with friends as adults, right? We get a little tips to our people. We still do with life as humans. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we return.
Good morning. This week's Woman in History is brought to you by Shelby Technology Solutions. And this week we're going to highlight the awesome woman in technology known as Radia Perlman. She's an American computer programmer who is most known for developing the algorithm behind the Spanning Tree Protocol, also known as STP. This is a crucial part of the internet's underlying foundation. Despite this, she insists the internet was not invented by any one individual. In engineering, the point is to get the job done, and people are happy to help. You should be generous with credit, and you should be happy to help others. She has been inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame as well as the Internet Hall of Fame. She owns more than 100 patents.
Welcome back to the show. So this will be an interesting topic, but let's face it, you don't have to be in high school to break up with a girlfriend. You may be in your 30s and 40s. You might have to end a friendship. What's worth your time these days? Your time's valuable as you get older, with your kids, your husband. How do you ladies deal with this?
This is good. Has anyone kind of reconciled a friendship that they were willing to let go, but kind of came back to it?
Mm-hmm. I have in the last year. It was somebody that I definitely loved. I had love for. I've known them for years and years and years. We did have a little bit of a falling out. I'm definitely a person that needs some time. Let me back up. Let me take a little bit of break. But the love was never lost. So eventually, life happened. Actually, I think it was a death of another friend that made us actually together. So I think that puts things in perspective, right? When you lose somebody that you did not expect to. And that was the reason why we actually said, you know what, life is short. I love you. I always have. Let's work past this. And I think it's not the exact same friendship that it was before. But I'm happy that we are friends again and build up from there.
Yeah, I've had a similar situation. Like Lasha mentioned, you're just kind of growing apart with friends. A friend who had kids and their mother passed, much sooner than I had kids. We were just in different places. So for me, motherhood has really changed that and how I connect with my friends, and feel so lucky and blessed that I have a lot of friends who are in that same season as me. But that's what friendships are, right? They're seasons. I'm someone who comes from a big family, so I understand, just kind of like your siblings. Sometimes you might be like, I'm not feeling them, right? And me and, my sister over here, we're clicking. So I just feel like as people, you have to give that space, and I just look at it as seasons. And I'm not a heavy-handed friend, so some friends I might be in contact with all the time, and some it might be a month, but we pick up like nothing ever happened. It's just understanding that this is how I deal with this person, this is how I deal with that person. It can be different, but still good.
I love it. And let's talk therapy, because I think that's a topic that a lot of us don't discuss. And sometimes these friends can make you go to therapy, right? Because of all these traumatizing experiences. And I personally have not gone to therapy. Not to say that I don't need to. I've probably needed to a million times. I just haven't accessed those opportunities yet. But I'm like, the older I get, I'm more interested or intentional about even discovering those opportunities, because it's important to talk to people that won't judge you, and will give you that, that just outlet to share in a safe way. And I think that's the beauty of therapy. Have you guys been? What are your thoughts? And has it helped, if so?
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of therapy. I initially went when I was going through my divorce. I wanted to go with my partner, but he didn't want to go. So I decided that I needed to make myself better, whether we would remain married or not. And so I ended up going by myself for a year. We did end up getting a divorce, and I think it was a beautiful time for me to build me up and get myself healed and ready for whatever life brought on. And I haven't been back for a while. But I'm just a big fan of it, period. Just having somebody that's non-biased, get it off your chest. I always tell my girlfriends, thanks for the free therapy, ladies.
Yes.
My besties are certainly therapists for me in a way, which is nice, but I'm a big fan of therapy. It can't hurt. So
I love it. Well, ladies, we're going to take a quick break as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month. Up next, you will meet celebrity chef Tommi Vincent. She is wife to the Hall of Famer Troy Vincent, and she is sharing how she is now living her life on purpose. We'll be right back.
Stop Checking Your Likes is the hottest must-read of the moment. This is not a book about social media. It's about shaking off that need for approval and living your incredible life. It's available everywhere books are sold.
Tommy Vincent is in the building. Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning.
So glad you're here. So, let's kick things off with this amazing family you've built with a superstar, Hall of Famer, all at the same time. And I'm so excited because, you've done so much, but now you say you're really living your life, Tommy's life, on purpose. So talk a little bit about what that means.
So first, Troy's not in the Hall of Fame as of yet, but I trust and believe that he will be soon.
Amen.
I am a wife, I am a mother, and I am so grateful to have both of those titles. But I will tell you this, what I have realized and recognized at 46 years of age is that those are things that I do, and that is not who I am. And so for me, where I am in my life today, having accomplished many wonderful things, supporting my husband and my children, I have reached this space in my life where I recognize that in order for me to be everything that I was created to be, I have to be intentional about living on purpose with a purpose.
Let's go back a second if we can. I want to run that back to what you said about being intentional about your purpose, rather than just like living out your dreams. Can you speak to that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. In the last segment, you guys were talking about therapy and do you do it or do you not? And when I was around 38 years old, I hit a wall in my life. And in that moment in time, I knew that I had to make a decision really quickly on whether I was going to choose to live or if I was going to die. And when I'm speaking about dying, I'm not talking about literally my life ending here on this earth. I'm talking about the untapped treasure that's within inside of me. Is all of that stuff going to come to fruition? Am I going to manifest and become everything that God created me to be? In that moment, I recognized that in order for me to get what I needed, I did not just need a discussion with my girlfriends. I did not need a venting session with my husband on a pillow. I needed someone to come into my life that was going to give me a strategy and a plan to pull me from that situation so that I could fully become. And so I chose to go to therapy, and I went for 2 years straight, once a week. And on the other side of that, I am committed 100% to living my life intentionally. What do I want to do? What do I want to become? What do I want my legacy to be? That's really important to me. So everything I do from this point forward, it has to be there, or it's not worth my time, effort, or energy.
You're so inspiring. I'm like, your voice is just, I could go to sleep to it. It's just so, I was going to be my therapist. But I love your podcast, Stay a While. Would you mind telling us a little bit about it and your why?
Absolutely. So Stay a While is a podcast that I recently launched. And for 6 years, I have been doing a women's retreat where women from all walks of life, from all over the country, have been attending. And it is essentially time where we're at a table. I am a chef, and so I bring the ladies in and I chef the entire weekend. And we spend a lot of time at the table, breaking bread and having conversation. And in the midst of that conversation, there's something that happens at the table. Healing happens at the table. Life happens at the table.
Yep.
And so the Stay a While table is bringing women to the table in an environment where now I have the opportunity to touch even more women and bring even more women into the conversation. And I share the microphone with other women so that we can sit down and we can talk about our hows and our whys, because people, in particular women, they have hopes, they have dreams and things they aspire for. And they recognize what it is, but they may not be sure how to get there. And so the Stay a While table allows for you to hear these conversations. And the hopes is that we will talk about some things in your life that will turn the light on areas that need light shined, so that you have the ability to see where you're going to get to the destination that you ultimately desire to reach. Those boundaries you were talking about in the last segments in relationship, we have a podcast that we talk about boundaries, because boundaries are in place, not just for them, but they're in place for you as well. The line of demarcation, it out, and it also keeps you from going over. You ain't got no business going over there in no janky relationship or relationships with folks that continue to abuse you and misuse you. So the boundaries are in place, and it's a two-sided boundary.
I love it, Tommy. I love it. And your husband is actually now the executive vice president of the NFL. Okay, the NFL. Tell us before you go, what is this Vincent Country? I see it everywhere.
Vincent Country is our family lifestyle brand. Troy and I have been married for 27 years.
Hallelujah.
We have 5 amazing children, 4 beautiful grandchildren. And throughout our journey, we believe that we have secured some keys to successful relationships, successful family. And so we have this family lifestyle brand that we invite everyone to just, participate in our journey. And then hopefully you'll be able to gain some wisdom and knowledge from the things that we've experienced, our bought since, so that you can build strong and healthy and happy families as well.
Thank you, Tommy. All right, good to go. Quick break and be right back.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. It is Women's History Month, so I want to know, who are you guys shouting out this week?
You know, I'm shouting out two Marys. I'm shouting out Mary Cuny. Hi, Mary Cuny, who was like our other mother. Amazing. Like she was our neighbor down the street, but she was like the bomb. Like she became our family. Like she's just so awesome. Stay-at-home mom, raised the kids, took care of the house, took care of the family, made it look easy, so beautiful, works out all the time. Like it goes on and on and on and on. Mary Cuny, we love you. Happy Women's History Month.
How about you, Allie?
Friend, my bestie, Kenyatta McCarty. She watches the show faithfully. She sets an alarm every Saturday to watch our show. She is the executive president of the St. Paul School District. So she is a boss babe, killing it, and she's rocking out motherhood. So I love her so much, and I am shouting her out for Women's History Month.
I love that, Lasha.
I'm going to do both my mom and my mother-in-law. They are just, my mom's there for any event call session that I need. She just listens, which I appreciate sometimes because I don't feel comfortable doing that with anyone else. And yeah, shout out to you for just dealing with me. And then my mother-in-law, she is just there in a snap. Last week, I actually had to call the ambulance for my little 2-year-old.
Oh, Allie.
He was having some, he said his heart hurt and he was having troubles breathing. And my other one was sleeping and my husband was on a work trip. So I was like, oh my, your heart hurts, you're 2 years old. And my mother-in-law was there within 10 minutes. I kid you not. She's just always there, and I just love her so much. And she was an amazing woman.
That's right, Allie. And what about you, Michaela?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to all the mamas. I think I shouted my mom out last week. I'm gonna shout her out this week. All the mamas all the time. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and shout out. I'm gonna go a totally different direction and shout out Issa Rae, because I've been going back to Insecure, and it's been giving me laughs, and laughter is so important for me right now at this time. So shout out to her and just all the Black creatives and women creatives who are giving us great content to consume during these times.
That's right. And Mom, I know you've been in Miami for a month and you're just getting back to watch today's show. I shouted you out last week and the week before, and I shouted you out for life. Okay, just want you to know.
Exactly.
Mama hit it, watch it, because Mama, All right, you guys, what a great show! I love you all. So much fun, week after week after week.
Yeah, we hope you've enjoyed the show. If you missed anything, an episode, you can binge watch us on Netflix style at Natalie's Network on YouTube. Get caught up, ladies.
Yes, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.